Hey, welcome back. Doing my 5 mile walk. So the crunching sound you're hearing underneath my feet is me trudging along my path. This is a trail in Camarillo, California, near this park. It's a nice trail where I do my 5 mile walk, contemplation, meditation walk, as I like to call it. It's been kind of hot. Last week I tried to do this walk and it was 90 degrees and I got heat exhaustion, which I recovered from today. Hope I don't get another bout of it as a result of this walk. But anyway, what is life for if we don't push the boundaries and the edges a little bit, right? Speaking of such, I had to make a phone call to the IRS today because a lot of you know, or maybe you don't, I'm a crypto investor, a Bitcoin enthusiast. And I think the current economy is falling apart at the edge. The current financial system is corrupt. I think it has a lot of problems. So when we got the alternative payment system, protocol, etc., called Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, we're very, very happy about it, and we're thinking that this is the way to go. We have to have choices. We have to have competition, even if it's a competition for our dollar or any other national currency. So anyway, getting right to the point, I call up let me preface this a little bit. The IRS published some guidance, which raised more questions than answers. They're basically saying that they're going to put a checkbox on a form, I think the 1040, where we have to disclose our cryptocurrency holdings. Okay? I think that's fine in and of itself, as long as they're not making too many stupid assumptions. Because some of us, like myself, we paid a lot of money on our cryptocurrency holdings a year or two ago, and we occasionally take some of that money that we've already been taxed on and we buy the coffees and the sandwiches and the dinners or the lunches, right? And the problem that I have is the IRS, once they start asking stupid questions about what you're doing with your cryptocurrencies, they don't have enough intelligence to make a distinction between what you've already paid taxes on and what you haven't. And there's a ton of examples with fiat and taxing. You tax when you earn wages. You tax when you buy food. You're taxed when you pay your phone bill. You're taxed on your retirement money. You're taxed on Social Security money. You're taxed on your taxes, right? And of course, no one over there at the IRS or whatever is going to go on record stating that this is the most stupid, archaic system where you got double and triple taxes on the same monies. Okay? That's why a lot of working people don't get ahead, because they don't get a chance to keep very much of the money that they already earned. So anyway, I called the IRS and I'm asking them about the cryptocurrency guidance. And the lady that I spoke to, unfortunately, of course, didn't know anything about it. And I asked for some additional assistance, and of course, there was no one available who had that expertise in the cryptocurrency industry. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll leave a message. You get a supervisor or manager or someone to call me back. And she said that was impossible because they don't staff up, which I can understand when it's not tax season. But what I don't understand is, out of all of the hundreds of thousands of employees, you can't cross-train a handful or less of these people to address cryptocurrency guidelines, which you're trying to impose upon us. Some of us, we don't want to wait until January, our tax season, in order to start planning and preparing for tax season. Some of us, we like to have as much leeway as possible so we can get all our ducks in a row and just be prepared. But anyway, this is just another example of the Internal Revenue Service working with the Federal Reserve, working with the idiots in Washington to make sure that the working people, even small business owners like myself, that we constantly struggle in terms of accumulating the type of wealth that we're entitled to. Okay? There's absolutely no reason why someone shouldn't hire experts from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, Bitcoin space and have them work with or for the IRS. So when they draft these stupid proposals and guidelines or whatever they call them, and so they can use the proper terminology and so that they can understand what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Whenever you hear the cryptocurrency people like myself, whenever you hear us trying to interpret what the IRS is trying to say, it sounds very ridiculous. It's stupid, actually, because they use certain words and terms interchangeably. We make distinctions between airdrops and forks and such. Those are two terms that have radically different interpretations. But the IRS, when you read their guidance, for instance, they don't make a distinction between airdrops and forks. They're radically different. And, just as an example, I'm supposed to disclose how much cryptocurrency that I've received in the way of airdrops or forks. I didn't ask for airdrops or forks, and I don't really want them. If I wanted them, I would have taken the money and made it available so I can spend it, which I haven't. I have absolutely no need to use any of these things until when and if I want to. In other words, when I sell something and actually realize a profit or a gain, I know how to report that. I'm not stupid. The same way in the regular fiat world, when you get the opportunity to actually buy or sell something to get some benefit out of it, that's when you're supposed to be taxed on it. Not just because some moron decided to do a fork or a split or something like that. That doesn't mean you're more wealthy. That doesn't mean you're better off. That doesn't mean you're getting any benefit. It just means you got something else that maybe someday you'll take advantage of. But the someday is not today, and it's not this tax season. Okay? So anyway, just another example of the idiocy that the United States government, along with the Federal Reserve and the taxing authority called the IRS, is trying to impose upon us without having any knowledge of what they're actually doing. Anyway, I finished my 5-mile walk. I'll publish this just so you guys will know. Get the information from the horse's mouth like I do. This is not the first time. It won't be the last time I had to call the IRS directly to see if I can get somebody with half a brain on the phone to figure out how to help me interpret what their laws are all about. If their laws were easy and their rules and regulations were easy, it wouldn't be codified in 30,000 pages, and it wouldn't take 9 CPAs and a lawyer and an accountant and a bookkeeper just to do your taxes. So anyway, maybe one day we'll get there. Hopefully the current system will collapse and the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency industry will replace it, so we don't have to worry about this nonsense designed to keep us down. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to wrap this up. Have a good day. Thanks. Take care. Bye.